Welcome to Kickstarter Radio 1 or 2.4. I'm Lipstickpaddy, your host today, and we are over on Gamefound looking at Sleeping Gods Distant Skies. Now, Red Raven Games looks like they've taken the place left by Stonemaier Games, which were like a, big Kickstarter company, and then drifted off into the retail space and never seen again on crowdfunding. Red Raven Games have taken up that mantle though, and similar to Stonemaier, they're bringing out some incredible games, aren't they? Now then, this has absolutely gone bananas on the first day. They might as well have put their goal at $250,000 because you know it's not getting funded at 40,000 and it would have got past it anyway. Only 2,000 backers. I say that, 16,000 followers. Some of these people not coming from work, apparently, and they'll probably get backed in the first 24 hours. But we're looking at this could be a really big Gamefound project, right? You see the minis here. You do actually go down on the ground here, so you are travelling around on this book. And even though it's called Distant Skies and it has this aeroplane, you're only going to be using it when you've got to leave the island you're on, I guess. Event deck, adventures, and all this. It looks very, very interesting. It almost looks like near and far because of the map, which I do have, and it looks like it could be the next adventure. So it is quite exciting. Now, it says San Francisco 1937, and your cargo plane flies through a portal. So you're in this kind of fantasy land, and if you look at the box art, if this thing doesn't stop rotating, there's like a pterodactyl flying around here, so maybe dinosaurs. Who knows? Looks like there are people here, though, that you can talk to, so it gets more mysterious, doesn't it? Now, it is linked to its sibling, which is Sleeping Gods, and this is a standalone sequel. And what I'm most looking forward to, because if I'm looking at this, it looks a bit like Near and Far. You know, if you've got Sleeping Gods, they're all in the same vein, but I'm really looking forward to when he does a sci-fi version, you know, where you've got a ship flying through space, visiting space stations, going to planets and stuff, upgrading your ship over time. That's the Red Raven game I'm waiting for. That'll be the magnus opus. This game just looks to be sitting on the foundation of, you know, it's Sleeping Gods had a baby with Near and Far, isn't it? Anyway, they've got this kind of pledge at 128, but that is a Sleeping Gods expansion, Primal Evil. What the heck is that? There's lots of confusion going on with these name conventions at the minute, so we'll go down. Alright, here we go. Box art is lovely. I love how the art continues down the side of the box. This seems to be a trend that's coming with boxes, isn't it? We shall see this coming up this year, I guess. A new trend has been set. It has the Near and Far map book page. And you can see that the art has improved in this version, if it was like a Near and Far sequel. The plane, though, you know, you've got a landing spot, you're going to do your business on the map, then you're going to go back to the plane, and then you're going to turn the page. I can't see you coming back to the plane. So that's kind of interesting. You've got the same kind of character art, they all have names and abilities, this is really cool, and health, of course. Yeah. Good for solo play. Yes, indeed. Lots of branching quests. Yeah. This is kind of a game that you don't want to stop playing, is what people keep saying. So, you know, dangerous. You need to kind of chart what you're doing. But I think in Sleeping Gods, the way Sleeping Gods was, you could go around anywhere on the islands, and you could go in a cave and it would kill you. And you would eventually, that cave might be a cave you should only go in at the end of the game. So you had to write down in a journal, don't go in here. But here it looks like it's more linear based, so you're not going into that trap. So the progression here is much nicer and more welcome than Sleeping Gods. Which in Sleeping Gods you can get your teeth cut too many times and it can like upset you a little bit. Because you can't really scout, you know, and see how dangerous it is. You're kind of just walking straight into it. And here it's going to be a little bit more balanced with lightning and fast. So yeah, this is one for me is more family friendly. The plane miniature looks really nice, doesn't it? It's a little bit disappointed we can't get a translucent bit here. And you know, why aren't they just doing a mini of the plane, a mini of the rock, and a little translucent peg that you can peg between these two? Like, it doesn't need to come as a mini, like as a one piece. Isn't that obvious? I don't know. Anyway, die looks lovely, doesn't it? It's an not etched. It's not. What am I trying to say? The corners are etched. It looks like it's screen printed though. That potentially could get upgraded, I'm guessing. Just trying to guess at what things might happen on it, you know. 85 bucks. Okay. Get more combat dice. You get stamina tokens at a medal. Okay. Ooh, painted mini. Embossed box with foil. 2 surprises coming. Alright, I wonder what they are. Probably going to be expansions, aren't they? And put the pledge up. Now, what's going on here? A quick open world adventure for 1 to 2 players. It's a revised and expanded new stories, quest, streamlined gameplay, atlas with new maps. This is a Sleeping Gods expansion, isn't it? Putting all these naming conventions on it is like, is this for Distant Skies? Is this for Sleeping Gods? It doesn't look clear. What's going on? I don't know what this is. I do not know what this is. Can you escape the deadly river? It looks like Sleeping Gods, doesn't it? But no, it looks like Distant Skies because you've got dinosaurs in it. Like, I'm completely confused. People think Sleeping Gods is good, yeah, one of the best games ever. The accomplishment leaves me breathless. This is absolutely fantastic and engrossing. Nominated in 7 categories. Look, 2021, by the way, gaming categories, was like such a thinned out year because lots of stuff was stuck in production hell because of COVID and shipping. So this 2021 accolade is a little half-baked in my opinion, because when all these mega Kickstarter, if you look at my anticipated list of 2021, link above, all those games are coming out this year. They're real anticipated Kickstarter games that are looking amazing. When all them come out in 2022, the 2022 awards is going to be so stacked with legendary Kickstarters that it's going to make 2021's awards look like they're in the shade of the massive 2022. Anyway, now I've been watching these audio narrations. Just skip past these. They have got the foreteller narration, and this is fantastic. It kind of makes you confident that the team have got it as polished as possible. They've got great story. They've gone for the foreteller. You've got to pay for this extra, but the foreteller team, they do the professional voice acting. They do the music and all the sound effects. There we go. You can see on the app here, Jaws of the Lion got support. Bard Song has got support as well. So this is fantastic to get. If any Kickstarter companies are going to be doing any story-based games, they need to get foreteller. In my opinion, it's unnecessary. So this is going to happen with the branching stories. This is going to be great. And it looks like here that on the app, Introduction to Book 1, it's got a little bit of art as well in there, which is good. Now, here we go. You get everything for 1 to 8. That's the foreteller app as well. That's not so bad. And we can assume that with it all tucked in here, it is that they are part of the same. It just Distant Skies, Primeval Peril. Could you not link them in some better way? You know, by putting, I don't know, plain logo at the top left, plain logo at the top left, so you know that these two are the same, and that Sleeping Gods Original isn't related to Primeval Peril, even though there's a boat. It's really misleading. So obviously we need to know more about the 1 to 2 player expansion going down this river thingy. We need to know more about that. We'll probably get more on that as the updates go through. We really only know Distant Skies, and it's looking like Near and Far 2.0, which looks lovely. Now, this is interesting, isn't it? Because if you've missed the first game, you can totally get the all-in here. This comes with everything you need, including the Dungeons expansion, which a lot of people said is essential. And you get all the resources and stuff that we'll see down below with that. So, you know, if you want to get the all-in, 333 now. Interesting. I think for me, though, I've got Near and Far. I don't necessarily want to jump into Distant Skies. I've got that itch for the sci-fi Ryan Laukat game that I think's coming. And although as lovely as it is, I don't think I'm up for the adventure that's on here. Interesting pledges here, though. The journal for writing down the places not to go. The Sleeping Gods battle thingy. Let's have a look if we click this thing. Venture Through. It's a standalone game of Sleeping Gods. This is its own thing. It's just a 1 to 2 player, its own thing. It's not an expansion for anything. It's its own thing. Nice to know. You get the Sleeping Gods painted ship. Nice. Are they going to do a painted ship for the Primeval Peril? Because it's like a white boat, isn't it, this time? That'd be nice. And some resources. Right, so here we go. Near and Far 2.0. Feels like it's the same world, even though you've got different monsters and stuff like that. And, of course, it's a fantasy setting and all that, but I don't think it's as different. I'm not as ready for it. This is what I'm thinking. Fly your plane to these far places, this fantastical land. It looks very generic in places though, and I'm like, not warming to it. You know, because it's like, oh, here's Near and Far. Let's play Near and Far. We finished Near and Far. Do you want more of the kind of world where we travel into this world? It's like going to be similar. Or do you want to go to a game similar to Near and Far? That's in space. Traveling through space, space stations, planets. And yes, that's where I want to go. And all that stuff, so... Now you go into this fantasy land, but they've got like a Sarek large bison. That's not that much fantasy, is it? A rock-toothed bear. You've got pterodactyls on the box. Where's the dinosaurs? I don't know. Interesting Lucrum rifle here, and at least they've gone for the vegetables. It looks like a parsnip that is dying a little bit. So withered parsnip. A rope that looks like it's got a snake head, and probably some mining of some herbs. There looks like a little bit of spinach. Now this is kind of cool, they're doing this comic book intro, and I think the foreteller will cover this as well, so you can watch the foreteller and turn the pages as it reads to you. That's really cool. Right, so lots going on in the box. 522 cards, the big storybook, 172 pages. This is, thank God you've got the foreteller app. And yeah, you've got an atlas of the whole world, which we've not really seen, have we, the atlas? And we need to know more about like the campaign and stuff. Magnetic card box, that sounds kind of interesting. And you do get your standees for each person that moves around and stuff. We've only seen the one standee, but it does say, oh, standees. Okay, you get 1 mini for Claire and 5 standees, right. Right, we've got playthrough videos though. It is the sequel to the 2021 hit. This guy doesn't sleep, does he? Keep working. Dude, take a year out, research, watch all those sci-fi TV shows and films and come back with a sci-fi version, please. Because, you know, when you jump from Kickstarter to Kickstarter, you've not got real much time to go out there and do a bit of research, have you? And this is why I think it's more near and far 2.0. He wants to build upon that legacy of the world map, you know, and because the art is so similar, it's, this is why I think if it goes up into space and they've got like futuristic outfits on and hair designs, tattoos, and, you know, backgrounds of space, and it'll feel different. This still feels too similar for me. You know, the strength with Madara Act 1 and 2 is that the storyline is pulling you between them, but here it's like a different thing in the same world. I don't think it's enough. There's your sleeping gods though, moving around on the boat. Very, very cool. I was initially on Sleeping Gods Pledge, but the shipping to Mexico was, let's just say, over $100, and I was like, this is outrageous. Let's say put water on the fire of excitement for Sleeping Gods, and I may only ever pick up a copy of this at a convention, because I don't know why Ryan Lockett's shipping is so expensive. So yeah, if you miss Sleeping Gods, a good time to come back. And if you want if you've not got Near and Far, this is like Near and Far 2.0. I think you'll have a fantastic time. You can see the art, Sleeping Gods here, is less interesting, I'll say that much. It looks like more time has been spent on the art for this game. All other countries 50. Oh, it looks kind of cheaper. This is interesting because it says shipping estimate is based on the weight of one copy of the collector's edition. So this is like the heaviest. Now it's funny because if I $1 pledge this and the shipping stays at 50, I might start getting excited again. There is that, because I knew coming in here to temper my expectations, because I knew the shipping might have been high. Right, peeps, let's go to that FAQ. Distant Skies is a completely standalone sequel. You don't need to have played Sleeping Gods. The two games take place in the same world, but you don't have to know anything about the story. It's kind of story that kind of wants you to get the next game in the series, though, isn't it? When you keep having these standalone sequels that are just set in the same world, I don't know. I mean, what's your feeling, peeps? I know the art looks a lot better. Do you think it's a near and far 2.0? Is the plane a little bit of a gimmick, just travelling between different pages, or is the, you know, is there something going to happen? Are you going to be travelling through like maps where it's just sky crossing over oceans and there's like pterodactyls and stuff to avoid and stuff like that? Like, is the plane going to be used? We don't know. So yeah, I'm interested in looking at the updates. I'll follow it certainly to the end and see if it tempts me more. But I think the more I know about it, the more I might get excited. And I need to know that it's more than just near and far 2.0, because it was looking like it. And all that good stuff. And I want to see more fantastical monsters. I mean, a bear and a mammoth. It's not a mammoth, is it? It's a bison. Whoopee-doo! You know, it's like, show me some more of your exotic stuff. But if you think about it, Sleeping Gods, the time between Sleeping Gods and this game is like a year. This has been pushed out within a year. And, yeah, please, Rain Lockett, take a year off, dude, and go ham on sci-fi and come out with a sci-fi game. Because, you need your games to look so contrastly different, and that could be fantastic. Then you might get more interest if you jump into the sci-fi world. That's my feeling. But yeah, hopefully the updates will tell us what's happening, especially with the expansion box, this primeval thingy, and what's it called? Primeval that thing. It's not even in this thingy. But yeah, I mean, one of the big problems here anyway is you might have to load pledge in, because there is a staggering amount of games that are coming out this week and next week and that are already out. So check my channel out of the big whoppers that you're going to see, because I am highlighting the best of the best, the cream of the crop. And I think Sleeping Gods is definitely up there with excitement, and you can obviously see people going to be coming in here, and this definitely could be reaching upwards towards 1 million, maybe. But is it really the next chapter? It's just in the same world. You're not pushing storyline from one game to the next, so that's a bit rich calling it the next chapter. And yeah, so it needs to engross me more, but I'm not there yet. Do we recommend it? Well, I don't feel I can recommend it, as it's too close to near and far 2.0, but you might feel different, especially if you've not got near and far. You might be very hyped for this. I think it's a different recommendation if you've not got near and far. So maybe I do recommend it in that instant. But for me, I want to see more, of course. I will be coming back for final thoughts as we get those two big juicy unlocks, and hopefully we'll get more updates about what's going on here. But I'll keep you posted, of course, on my channel, and I'll do a final thoughts. Maybe my interest starts boiling. But that's where I am now, peeps, on day one. Looking interesting, certainly an art upgrade, and I'm definitely on the follow for it. So there's my opinions on Sleeping Gods Distant Skies, peeps. Let me know in the comments what you think. Please give the video a thumbs up, and if you're interested to find out more about my channel, please check out my playlists, especially my special programs. We have got lots of interesting topics in there you might be interested in. And at the weekend we do our radio channel called Broadcast, and you can go and check our broadcast out from last Sunday. Simply look in the description for the link. There we go. Anyway, peeps, thank you so much for watching. I have been your host, Lipstickpaddy. This has been Kickstarter Radio 102.4. You take care, stay safe, and bye for now.